Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to GoSaGA TV. My name is Antonia Krapa Asari. Today on our show, I have with me Mrs. Ama Saku Peters, a psychologist who has something good for us. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe to GoSaGA TV. Onyumegagle. Yes, Mom. You are welcome to GoSaGA TV.
Thank you very much.
Mom, can you do a little introduction about yourself, please?
Yes, thank you so much. Well, as you said, my name is Ama Saku Peters. Of course, you all know Ama is Saturday born. I am from the Volta region of Ghana. Specifically, I'm from Hohoi. Both my parents, father, mother, come from Hohoi, so I'm a real baby, as we call it. So, Peters is the name of the man I married, who is a German. So, my, what do you call it? Marriage name is Peters, so it's Ama Saku Peters is my name. I spent my student's life in Ghana till about 18 and a half. Since then, I've lived in Germany. That is a very long story because so many things happened there. But at the end of my journey in Germany, I am a psychologist.
Okay.
Particularly, I'm a contemplative psychologist.
Okay.
And I would like to explain why. What is the difference? It means I am not a clinical psychologist. A contemplative psychologist is something more of a spiritual psychologist.
Okay.
It means you really study the behavior of things to come to certain conclusions, right?
Okay.
It means that you study the now, not the history. What is happening right now? You are able to see what is happening right now, to know the now tells you where the person came from. So we don't need the history of people. Your father was a drunkard, or your mother was, I don't know, had an abortion, or they beat your mother so much, so because of that you are affected. Contemplative psychology does not come from that corner. It makes you only you responsible for your life, not your parents, what they did to you. So there's no history. It's right now. Whatever happens in the past, it is the now that determines it. So I'm a contemplative psychologist. Okay. Well, I'm very happy to be on this interview because I have something to share with my fellow Ghanaians. I think that all Ghanaians, including myself, are at a point where we can say we are happy and sad. We are sad because our country is in a mess. Everybody can say that. But I think for the first time since I was a kid, all Ghanaians are unified in the opinion that our country is in a mess. So we are pushed so far to come to one decision altogether. Whether you are from this party or that party, this religion, we have all come to the conclusion that we are in a mess. And that's a very good point where we are now. We have one mind, one mouth now. All Ghanaians are of the conclusion the country is in serious trouble. So from there now, we have to find out how did it happen.
Okay.
If we don't find out how, we have to find out how we came here, where we are in this mess, to be able to determine where we are going. If we cannot identify how we came here, we cannot know how we will go further, because every tomorrow is defined today. Tomorrow depends on what you define today. So I hope we come to some little conclusions and help that can help all of us to move forward. Yes, so basically I'll say that's about me.
Okay. Now we want to know a little about this psychology thing that you want to talk about.
Okay. Contemplative psychology is something I think it's also in the African tradition. We have them in the localities. If there's a case between people, there are something within our communities, some people who know how to judge elder people or people who know how to judge the situation without judgment. Who know how to help people come out of certain conditions, right? So they are also psychologists. Priests do it, churches do it. They have counselors in the church. They are also psychologists. So the psychology is wide. I'm not a clinical psychologist. A clinical psychologist is somebody who goes with your physicality and from the science, but we come from the spiritual. So we are very similar to the African psychology.
Okay.
Of behavior.
Okay.
I'm a Lubava lawyer.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know how to say that in English. I mean, whether, yes, it's a heartfelt situation to see your brother or sister in a situation and you want to help him come out. So you can only do it by not judging the situation. You understand? Yeah, so that's what contemporary psychology is.
Okay.
But it came of late, is expanded in many, many ways. You see, what is very important right now, I think what is very lacking in Africa or in Ghana, things are happening over the world, but we think that we are not part of it. For instance, from my observation, the beginning after Christ, 2,000 years ago, the European took religion as a basis because of Christ, and then they shifted religion to science, because with religion came the scientists, Galileo, them, and people who were looking into the orbit and seeing, who challenged the Pope and all that. So they took it over to science. Science took it over to technology. We are now right, and now we are in the media. We are in the digital. But now, after all those years of development, the world is right now at psychology. If you look into the YouTube, you'll see everything's about psychology. Why, all these woke people, men and women, men marrying men, women marrying women, people not having children. So there's something psychic going on in our world. But Africans are behaving as if they are not part of this thing. They think it's the white man, the foolish white man. But it is not true. It is happening here also. So we need to wake up and see that we are part of the world. What is happening in the world is also happening here. But we are behaving as if, these stupid white people, this is their problem. It is not true. Before we realize the thing has become a big thing, we don't know what to do with it.
So what do you think we can do as a waking up?
Yes, at least talk about it. At least acknowledge the fact that the world has such a problem.
Okay.
We are behaving as if it does not exist in our existence at all. Because we go to church, because we go and pray, because of that. So we have covered so many things. But we are part of the world. And now comes for me what I think I want to introduce, particularly to the Volta region. I don't know other region, but I'm talking specifically of my region, which includes Abatimi, of course. I think the Ghanaian or the Voltarian, North Voltarian, has to define what is a human being. I don't think we have ever thought about it. Nobody has thought about what is a human being actually. Yeah. It is very important to define what you are. To be able to do something, what are you? Europeans know that. They know what they are. You see, they can trace their history from Christ and their development, the things they've gone through till today. So when they walk, they know where they are coming from, so they know where they are going. We have no idea of what we are, who we are. We are just some things, in the space. So my question that I want to throw to Voltarians, what are we, who are we? So now we can shift this interview now into urban now, because I'll ask my so all Voltarians sit down and think, and don't tell me Bible says so. I want you to think.
That's a nice one.
I do not want you to tell me what the Bible says. I want you to think. Tell me. And you don't have to think much, because the every language of Agbabede, that thing that possesses voice, that's how it describes a human being. Agbeto. Yes. Agbeto. So if you don't have a voice, you're not a human being.
Wow.
That is what it means in Tlapobama, to be a human being.
Mom, can we
dive into that one?
Yes.
Yes, we should. Because I think that is the core of our problem.
Tanoba magbato de lake nata adanyama goma.
Amade, like equally in the Bible, in the beginning was the word. The word is Egba. And God said with Egba, let there be light. Without the voice, God couldn't have done nothing.
So do you mean to say we are lost?
Completely. The reason why we are lost is because, you see, when the colonizers came to this place, they took you from your language and they put their language in you, the English you are speaking. So you don't have access to your own language, your tongue. The Holy Spirit is the tongue. Anybody who takes away your language and puts his language into you, you will behave the way he wants. You
are right.
That is what our problem is.
Oh, miato, mienya sama. egbeaka Yehowa ma wo be na va do la anyigba ya dzi ya exɔame bubu tɔlo ye wɔna me ma ƒe gbedomfia fifia tɔ ya ke mawo na o yi ke wòwɔ gbewoa ewɔ gbewo vovovovovo me ɖe sia ɖe kple eƒe gbe ya ke wòdona gake tɔwoa ya ɖe ekoe da ɖe afi aɖe ye na va ame bubu tɔ gblɔmee minɔ to dzi mi sem.
Mawu ŋutɔ gbe be Holy Ghost ava ɖe ame sia ame ne se mɔ ya le ye ŋutɔ be gbe me, because God knows the importance of the voice. In fact, so the voice is a very important thing, which is language. So the Europeans put their language in us, but it is not in our DNA. What never DNA more?
You're right.
No, it's not in our DNA. English is not in our DNA. Yeah, so you are just quacking. How possible that you are a Ghanaian or you are a Nigerian and you speak with your children English at home? Why? I mean, this is complete stupidity. It doesn't show you because you have been to Abuja, and so what? What is so important about that? So we don't know who we are because we've lost our voice. We do not know. I think that is our major problem.
Okay.
So I think that it will be very necessary to reform it. All children in Ghana must learn all subjects in their own mother language. Science, technology, everything has to be taught in their language. You cannot learn something through someone else's language. So the science you are learning at school, you see the Europeans, the children, they do this and all of a sudden they know the thing. But you have to go through their language before you come to the thing itself. It's a long way. Very long way.
You are right. You are right. Aji komieli he. Oba na adavinu fiama agbeaka opona agbeaka odona na fianwi le gbamama anwa gomosagawu. Miesie. Manyanye glomo he. Minotoji miga yaka. So now do you think I think this language kind of thing, when you move to Greater Accra, people are with the opinion that they should be speaking or they should be teaching the children in Greater Accra Gan language, but lack of teachers has prevented that.
Well, as we are looking for a new society, all these things we are talking about, language and teaching our children in, this provides also work. So it's a new world that we are building.
Okay.
And through that you can get employment also, deliver employment. New teachers, new ideas, new whatever, you understand? So employment is also in the revolution. I think what I'm talking about, we need a cultural revolution.
A cultural revolution. Okay. Okay.
Ghanaians need a cultural revolution. We have found out that whether it's a Kwame Nkrumah with his CPP and the Pan-Africanism, whether it's a military coup d'etat, a champion, Jerry Rawlings, we know all that too. Whether it's a UP, which is now the NPP, the NDC with Jerry Rawlings, none of them has been able to solve our problem. So let's shift a little bit away from the politics and find out where can we find real deliverance. It cannot be, you see, we cannot be doing the same thing on all the politicians who came. It's not because they are stupid. They are not. It's because that is not the solution. That is not the solution.
Okay.
You see, if let's say Angela Merkel or somebody is in Germany speaking German language to her people, they know we are one people. They understand her. Well, we don't. Ronaldo comes and speaks his English. Okay, we can. Oh, this man he can speak English, and so what? And we are glorifying the English language also. Yes. We are glorifying it as if it's something important. It is not. It is just a language. It is so bad that Ghanaians believe when you speak English then you are educated. That's what they believe.
Yes.
Is it true?
No, I don't think
but
so.
You cannot be educated because you speak a language. I mean, it's also language.
Yes.
Am I educated because I speak no. So, education is when education actually means getting away from ignorance, waking up from ignorance. That's what education means. But we are still in ignorance. We don't know who we are, what we are. Anything they bring here, we ask for us there, yes. Because we are peaceful people. Okay, fine. So I think just like China went through the Cultural Revolution, you know that. And they woke up. I mean, it's not to our best, but then Africa needs some kind of new direction. And it should be an African direction. We can only start with the language.
So the language first.
The language is the beginning.
What about food?
Food? Oh, food. What is so important about food? I don't understand what you mean by what. No, food is not. It's not fundamental.
Okay.
No.
So the language first.
Yes, you see the communication. Even if you want to give your child food, you will call your father in a language. So the language comes before the food. Cassava has got a name. Yam has got a name. So that is language. If you don't know what yam means, they can say anything to you don't know. You can be hungry.
Okay. That's great. Yes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes.
So there's a very important clip I saw on YouTube, and maybe I'll post it on your page. There's a group of Africans, I don't know who they are, and they are talking almost similar to what we are discussing here. I've asked a couple of young people here about certain books, which I think in the West a lot of young people have read. Talking about Napoleon Hill. You know Napoleon Hill?
No.
Think and Go Rich. You don't know Napoleon Hill?
No, please.
Oh my God, that's not good. You know The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard? No.
The Psychologist.
You know Alan Watts? You see, these are all people who have added so much to our world contribution of new thoughts. Great, great people. Most Ghanaian youths don't know anything about these people. You understand? So the world has shifted to new ideas. Even God's word has been transformed into another direction. Now, one of the guys on the clip was saying he has seen, let's say, Napoleon Hill translated into French, into Spanish, into Korean. All these books I'm talking about, it has never been translated into any African language. You still read the English, the French, and the Spanish, like the colonial masters. You understand? It's very bad. You see, if you go to Japan, Japanese children are taught science in Japanese language. The Germans teach mathematics in German language. And you are taught physics in English. How do you get that? It's very difficult. So we need a language revolution in this country. Start thinking and feeling within our own language, and things will change. I'm very sure about that one, very rapidly.
Now, let me come back to this question. When it comes to communication, like we were saying, my husband at home speak a different language. I speak a different language. How do we then communicate with the children without speaking a common language, which is English
or French?
Yes, that we can all speak.
That's a very good, because I come from the same situation. I'm Ghanaian, my husband is German. So my children, do they speak Hebrew or German? Well, there are some practical things in life also. We live in Germany. So therefore, what children don't like, children don't like to feel different. They don't like that thing at all. So it's not good to be in a society where you speak a different language than everybody. You cannot communicate with their children. They don't like to be different from their friends. So let's say in my case, for instance, it's good my children will speak German, which they do. But there are some basic things which I find very, very vital in the Ebe that they know. For instance, these basic things, and they don't only know it, they feel it. That's well. It means there's some touch somewhere. When you a language is a home. It's not language, it's a home. If you don't have a language, you don't have a home. So we are roaming about without homes. That's why people don't respect us. That's why we are always traveling to other people's countries as if it is our home. Europeans don't come to your country, they come as visitors and they go back. But we will go to other people's countries and we go and sit there as if we come from there. When they are driving you away, you don't go away, you sit there, you want to sit there, they are driving you away, you still say no. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't have a home. A home is a language. We don't have it.
So how do you feel now in Ghana?
As what? As from language?
Yes.
Well, let's say acoustically, I learned a lot of Ghanaian. I speak almost all Ghanaian languages. And I speak Ewe, I speak Twi, I speak Gan. The major languages here, I speak Fanti. So, you see, I was lucky because I learned these languages as a kid, as very small. So, it's long ago, it has become part and parcel of my tongue. I didn't learn it, I took it over. So, I can communicate a lot. And because of my interest in languages, I always try to find the Ga equivalent of a word in Ebe. For instance, when I started thinking about the voice, I found out in Ga it's also the same thing. Onipa Nini is the voice. I can also say the same thing. They all refer human being to the voice.
Bomo.
Egbe. Hola. Egbe. They can also say Onipa is the voice. Nini, yes. So it's an African understanding that voice is your home. You see, now I'm saying it sounds, you have to think about it. But it should be something, when I say it should be very normal for you. Say, yes, it's true. But you are far away from it. Not you, all of us. And that alone shows that we are lost. That is why Ghanaians don't revolt. The politicians can do with them what they want. They don't have a voice.
Let's move on to the spiritual side, like you are saying. Now, yesterday we were talking about something and the issue of water. Water.
Wonderful. Yes. I love that one because I think Africans, if we come back to our language, we can contribute to world problem a lot. Because in our languages, the language reveals the wisdom, the godly wisdom. Because for the ever man, water is eti. Eti means growth.
Eti.
And rather teach him.
Eti. Okay.
So our language is not language. Our languages are based on reality. So our parents knew, our grandfathers knew that water is life. So they took water from that. If you put a bucket of water here and go 3 weeks later, you see there's life in it, some worms, some insects, whatever. It came from the water itself. But you know that in biology.
Yeah.
Yes. The water produces those animals. So the fish comes from the water. So people knew that water is a source of life. So, and you can see even religiously, the Jew people, a lot of people, they use water to baptize you. The source of life. So it's all, they also know it. So when the Germans say Wasser, they know what they mean. But now I'm talking about, you don't even know how connected water is to you. At sea, wow.
Susuya mavana popo. Achi nanu vava.
Nanu.
Na panana fifi like na.
So it means that our source of life, which is oxygen, comes from water. So water is life. For the ever man, water is life. So that's why our grandfathers had a lot of wisdom. So our languages are very direct to reality.
I see.
That's Amazon.
Okay.
Yes. So this is what I want the voter really to wake up to. And go to the Bible and read the Bible from this perspective, and you understand the Bible better. Not Jeremiah said in that. I don't know whether Jeremiah said it, I don't know. But when God, in the beginning was the word, and the word is a voice. Egbe. And God said, let there be light with the voice. They come just like the Israelis from their roots, from knowledge, from wisdom of God. Our people also had it the same way, even more. I can be Makatao, and some pastors are saying some things to you. Go back to yourself, to your languages.
So, do you believe in this? What our people do here, like the traditional way of doing things without the Bible?
Belief is a very big topic we have to talk about someday on its own. we cannot push it into things like this from my perspective.
Okay.
For me, what I would say is this: every belief, every religion must become scientific. Otherwise, it's useless. Scientific means now, if the ever man found out that water is a source of life, that's a scientific knowledge. That's scientific knowledge. It's not belief. He can prove it to you. So that's science, ma. So the African languages are scientific. You can use them to do things.
Because the issue of water, within weeks, so the meaning, it's just perfect.
That is why I'm saying we should go back to our language, because our people knew what water is. That water, that's growth, that is life. So what I'm saying, that our language is a very scientific language. That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
The Eber language is an extreme scientific language. Quantum physical language, absolutely. But if you have ignored all these things, and our forefathers knew, they saw it. Okay. But look on the I see. So they produced language by observation.
Okay.
Our people did not produce language by belief. They did it by observation. Observation is a source of science. You have to observe to come to results. And they wasted so much energy and time to observe nature. That's how our language comes from. Tamima Zamu. Belief is not anything powerful. I think scientific knowledge is better than belief. If you ask me that question, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. There is more in you and would want to know more.
Yeah, we'll be doing more and more of these things.
Yes.
But I think we should really try to fight so that primary school children are taught in their language. I like Abatime people, but I'll plead Abatime people, stop speaking Eba. It's not your language. Speak Abatime language to your people and teach them in Abatime language.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
I mean, we like you. We are brothers. We have been living together for a very long time. We are we are the same people. There's no problem there. But it doesn't mean you should let your language aside.
Makamena mlenu gbela asile umoni blos si ngbese si yofose ni si muse kumoni se paniki blebelo asi ku panisi demese osba pasi bleba bi dome ni si demese me. On this note, yes, there are more and more things from her that we would love to know. So don't forget to subscribe. Gosa GH TV. Onyi Megagle.